Portland has a difficult task ahead of them as they face the Spurs in the second round. The first thing the Blazers have to do is limit assists for San Antonio. The Spurs rarely turn the ball over, and Portland isn't good at forcing mistakes. One way to do that is to clog up the passing lanes in the pick and roll. San Antonio loves to use this inverted pick and roll from the corner. Tim Duncan comes across to set a pick, opening up this area for a mid-range jumper. As the post defender jumps to Parker, it leaves Duncan open on the roll on the baseline. The best way to defend this play, especially with Duncan as the pick man, is to hedge to the baseline against a low passing lane. In this example, DeJuan Blair does exactly that and picks off Parker's pocket pass. Now, teams can get themselves into trouble if they try to trap the Spurs ball handler in the corner on this play. Here, it's Manu Ginobili going to the sideline to start the pick and roll. Splitter comes to set the pick, but Ginobili heads to the baseline instead. The Lakers try and trap, which leaves 3 men in purple and gold for 2 San Antonio players. A quick swing around the arc, and the Spurs get an easy 3-pointer. Portland's defense is built to stop the 3-pointer and shots at the rim, forcing mid-range jumpers. But during the regular season, San Antonio was more than happy to take the mid-range shots the Blazers gave them. For the season, the Spurs took 27% of their shots in mid-range, shooting 40.3%. In 4 regular season games against Portland this year, the Spurs took 31.3% of their shots mid-range, shooting at a 45.9% clip. That's because San Antonio game planned for rhythm jumpers against the Blazers. The Spurs came off their screens, took 2 dribbles, and squared to the basket. Put simply, they weren't forced to take contested jumpers, they wanted to take them. This is tied to the fact that Portland has to find a way to stop the San Antonio bench production. But stopping the likes of Patty Mills and Marco Bellinelli, especially from 3, will be paramount. Limiting Manu will be tricky, but a good bet is to force him to pass out of the pick and roll. Collapsing on Ginobili yields worse results than if a heady defense puts the onus on him to make a bad decision. The biggest issue for the Trailblazers will be from long range. In their 2 regular season losses to the Spurs, the Blazers shot a combined 25.6% from 3. In 2 wins, they shot 44.4%. In order to score threes, Portland attacked 2 players in Patty Mills and Marco Bellinelli. Mills showed himself to be susceptible to the pick and roll with Damian Lillard. Portland opened up the arc for Lillard against Houston in the last round using this play, and it should work against San Antonio. Against Bellinelli, dribble handoffs on the wing, or down picks that turned into flare plays really seem to confuse him. When he is in the game against Matthews or Batum, look for the Blazer offense to focus in his direction. The Spurs present all kinds of matchup problems for the Blazers, but Portland has a few advantages that will be difficult for San Antonio to react to as well. For Portland to win, they need to be able to execute on both sides of the ball against last year's Western Conference champion.